Have you ever seen this tower? It is the Hakko Ichiu Tower in Miyazaki Prefecture, Japan. Its base incorporates more than 300 massive stones, plundered from China and other Asian countries. The term Hakko traces back to ancient Chinese classics, but it was misrepresented by Japan as putting the whole world under the rule of the Japanese emperor, or Hakko Ichiu, a militarist slogan for the Greater East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere, a pretext for aggression. From the Huanggu Twin Plot in 1928 to the signing of the Instrument of Surrender in 1945, over the 17 long years, Japanese militarists committed heinous crimes. They trampled across Chinese soil with ferocious attacks, killing and wounding over 35 million Chinese soldiers and civilians. They escalated savage acts on the Korean Peninsula, where they imposed brutal colonial oppression. They extended their claws across Southeast Asia, perpetrating the Bataan Death March, forced labor along the Thailand-Burma Death Railway, and atrocity after atrocity. They also launched a brazen surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, stoking the flames of war in the Pacific, and ultimately dragging half the world into a living hell. These catastrophes left a wound humanity can never fully heal, and a warning cry from history: never again. Justice at last was served. On May 3, 1946, the Tokyo trials opened. There were 4,336 pieces of evidence and over 48,000 pages of trial records. Judges from 11 countries, after 2.5 years of trials, exposed the Nanjing Massacre and countless other atrocities. The reading of the judgment lasted 7 full days. For the first time, it was declared through international judicial practice: aggression is a crime, and atrocities must never go unpunished. The verdict laid a bedrock of justice for the post-war order. 80 years ago, there was clear-cut, irrefutable evidence. Yet 80 years on, Japan's right-wing forces have never given up. They visit the Yasukuni Shrine to worship war criminals, honoring Class A war criminals as so-called heroic spirits. They call themselves a force for peace, while hollowing out Japan's pacifist constitution and accelerating rearmament. They rewrite history textbooks, erasing the fact of aggression and whitewashing atrocities. The ghost of neo-militarism is baring its fangs, ready to make a move. People in China and the rest of Asia have to be highly vigilant. Are some in Japan trying to revert to the old path? Where do they intend to drag Asia and the world this time? Today's China is no longer the old China over a century ago. The more than 1.4 billion Chinese people have the resolve and capability to defend our homeland and safeguard peace. What Asia and the entire world need today is peace and cooperation, not conflict or confrontation. The world has seen enough turmoil. People do not want the flames of war to be rekindled. They will not allow anyone to overturn the verdict on aggression, nor will they tolerate the resurrection of militarism. The Japanese people's call for peace and development has never stopped, and is only growing stronger. We oppose Japanese militarism, and stand ready to join hands with the Japanese people to safeguard the hard-won peace. The past cannot be changed, but the future is ours to choose. All peoples must be clear-eyed and stand on the right side of history. Together, we must defend the just outcomes of the Tokyo trials. And together, we will walk toward a brighter future.